Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be kicking off a reading vlog. It is the perfect reading weather outside. It's so gloomy and cloudy and it's been kind of rainy the past couple days. So this is just a perfect day. It's a Monday, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do basically like how much I read in a normal week. A few things that are out of the norm that are happening this week is I'm actually tonight going over to a friend's house to have a little Twilight marathon. And then on Thursday this week we have our book club meeting, which we only really do once a month. And so they all just kind of landed in the same week. But despite that, my normal schedule with the different things that I have going on will still be happening. So most of my reading time will be right before bed probably, and on Sunday afternoons is usually when I get the most reading done. Before we really dive into everything, let's just talk about what I'm reading right now, and then we'll go start getting ready for the Twilight marathon. I usually keep most of my books right down here by the bed, so here are a couple of the things I am reading right now. The one I'm the most actively reading is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I got to about halfway through it last night, and I also have the Tales of Beedle the Bard, which goes along with this book. I haven't actually fully read this ever, but with Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series, I'm reading it with a friend, in which you've probably heard me talk about if you've seen any of my other book videos, because we've been reading through it for most of this year. But she's behind me, she's still in the Half-Blood Prince, and I just like love it. I can't stop reading it. So I think I'm gonna make myself pause this and read this while I'm waiting for her to at least start the Deathly Hallows before I keep reading it. This one's nice because it has little notes from Hermione and Albus in here, which is kind of fun. So had this for a while, haven't read it. This is going to be happening. I've also been really slowly working through the Silmarillion because it's very difficult to read. I'm on page 83, which is chapter 10, and there's a lot of pages. There's like, I mean, the appendix is really big, so that helps some in making it shorter, but it's like over 300 pages without the appendix. So this one I've just been having a harder time because it's just kind of hard to follow. Like you actually have to kind of be paying attention a little bit. I love the Lord of the Rings world, so I want to read it. Anyways, it's just been kind of hard, so I haven't picked it up in a while, but I am about to go start making some food to bring to our little marathon tonight, so I might actually listen to it on Spotify. I have Spotify Premium and they have some audiobooks on there, and this is one of them. So I might actually listen to that, and that will be the first thing that we read together is a little bit of the Silmarillion while I'm making dinner tonight, which I need to go do right now. Depending on what time I get home, probably read a little bit before bed, but I'll pick back up with you later. Oh, actually, I just showed this in my last video, but this is a book related thing. I've been collecting small little trinkets to go on my bookshelf. We have some on top of our dresser in there and a bunch in our closet because we're living with my in-laws at the moment to save some money. Anyways, just when we get back to having a big, nice library, I've just been trying to collect little trinkets to decorate it with, and we found this at an antique store. It's super cute. Reminds me of a fairy tale, so I just thought it would be perfect to go with the other things that I have. But for now, it's gonna stay right here. Okay, I'm gonna go make some sliders and listen to the Silmarillion on audiobook. Twilight is just one of those classic movies that just make me laugh. They're very nostalgic for me. I read them and watched the movies in high school, so watching them now with friends, they're so cringe. The movies are so funny. That was fun. We ended up only watching the first movie tonight. It is a Monday night, so we're not planning to stay up super late, but that does mean I have a little bit of time. It's like 9:15 right now. I have a little bit of time to do some reading before bed. So right now I'm either thinking I'm gonna start the Tales of Beedle the Bard. Maybe I'll read like one chapter of this. But I also have King of Scars on Libby. It's a spin-off of Six of Crows and Shadow and Bone series, which loved both of those series. They're of the same world. I'm really like one chapter in, so I'm not far into this book at all. So I maybe should read this. What do I want to do? What am I in the mood for? This is like a fairy tale type book, like kind of children's-esque stories. I might save this for later this week and do some damage on King of Scars right now before I go to bed. We'll just see how long I can actually read for. I'm feeling pretty tired, so I might not make it that long. But I will do my best.
And I pray that it is temporarily. I've been lost for so long.
Hey everybody, it's the end of another night. Today's Tuesday. Got my iPad. I think I'm gonna go read some more King of Scars. I ended up reading a little bit of both of my books last night, but tonight it's already 10 o'clock. We got back from small group a little bit ago, but it is election night, so everyone's staying up a little later than normal. And while the rest of my family watches the election news, I think I'm just gonna read while that's in the background. So I'm feeling King of Scars right now. Let's go read.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light started,
Hey everybody, we are heading off to a book club meeting, which is very, very exciting. We only do this once a month, if that, so actually we haven't met in 2 months. So we actually have 2 books to discuss. One of them is To Be a Woman, which is a Christian book, The Confusion Over Female Identity and How Christians Can Respond. We also read One Dark Window, which is the first book of a duology. So I'm gonna head out. We're meeting at Starbucks right up the road, which their holiday drinks just came out today. So I will be getting a holiday drink and talk about these 2 books and pick our next one. Let's head on over.
and now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other.
I have a confession to make. I said at the beginning of the video that this was going to be a week of reading of just like a normal week. Well, I overestimated my abilities to film and do things at the same time. So it's actually the following Friday. So it's been almost 2 weeks since I started that video. I'm still gonna finish it just because this is realistic. I just want to be realistic about what it actually looks like in my life. But I just wanted to give you an update because a lot of reading has been done. I just haven't been filming because of all the other stuff going on in my days. So first, I was reading King of Scars in this video and I did decide to DNF it for now. I think maybe I'll pick it back up later, but I just really wasn't like in the mood for it. And I was like 4 chapters in, 5 chapters in, and I still just like wasn't getting into the book. So I put that aside for now and moved on to some other books. But I did finish Tales of Beetle the Bard. That's like a really easy short book. So if you need something and you're a Harry Potter fan to up your reading goal for this year. There's probably about 100 pages, but it's like not a lot of text and it's fairy tale, so it's pretty easy to read. There's only like 5 stories, so I just would pick one and like read one at a time. So it really only took me 5 days to read through that. It goes along with the last book of the Harry Potter series. They talk about it a lot, so that'll be fun when I go and finish that book soon. Now, I haven't shown any of this, but while I was reading King of Scars on the Libby app, I had put The Prisoner's Throne, which is the second book of the Stolen Heir series. It came up ready for me on Libby during that week, and I wasn't feeling King of Scars, and so I accepted that and started reading that instead. And I actually finished that already. I tag teamed that because it is also on Spotify Premium, so I don't just like get to sit down and read like that all the time. But it helps a lot when a book's on Spotify because I can listen to it while I'm doing something else. That's how I'm able to finish a lot of these books really fast, is I read and listen to it at the same time. I finished that, and I also started reading, which you just saw, The Darkest Part of the Forest, which is another spin-off in that world, the Elfhame Cruel Prince world. So I'm almost done with that, all the books in the Elfhame world. I actually, on Goodreads, I said that I think that I liked the Stolen Heir series better than I liked Cruel Prince. Not that I didn't like Cruel Prince, but I just resonated maybe with the characters a little bit more. It's worth a read. And lastly, I have not shared what our next book for book club is yet, and we decided we're going to be reading Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. This is only my second Kristen Hanna book, which I gave the women by her 5 stars. A lot of girls in our book club have really liked reading Kristen Hanna books, and it's getting into wintertime, so we felt like this was a fitting option. I've only read a couple chapters of that, but that actually brings me into something else that I wanted to talk about. I'm not getting rid of Goodreads yet, but I did download an app called Fable that I saw from Paris May Reads on Instagram. And the reason I saw it is because she hosts book clubs on there where you can leave comments and have discussions on each of the chapters, and you can set a schedule and all that stuff. So I was like, wait, this actually might be perfect for a book club, because oftentimes it's like a long time until we can meet up, and then if I finish the book like 3 weeks before we even meet for book club, I totally forget. And we were like, maybe it would be helpful to do that on the Fable app and be able to like go back and reference stuff from each chapter. I'm excited to see how it works. So I've been just playing around with it. You can import your Goodreads books directly, and like your lists, all that. It will import those directly into Fable. And there's a couple different additional capabilities that it has, which you can see on the screen right here. I'm just showing a little walkthrough of it, but I would definitely recommend checking it out. It definitely like looks better than Goodreads, and there's a few capabilities that I think are better than Goodreads. It's just everybody's on Goodreads, so you can't really get rid of it. So right now I've been updating my book reading stuff on both Fable and Goodreads, just because all of my friends are on Goodreads and only a couple are starting to be on Fable. If you want to friend me on Fable, that'd be great. So it's actually been a really good reading week, even though I've been really busy and had a lot going on. I've got a lot of reading done, which is really fun. This is like the time of year that I love to be able to do that all the time, and it's just so nice. Something that my husband and I have been trying to do more is to take a Sabbath on Sundays, so just resting completely, not doing work or anything like that, and just focusing on our time with the Lord, our time with each other, and just things that are actually restful. I mentioned earlier that Sundays are usually my big reading day, and Sunday was when we got back from our camp with the students, and I did read a lot that day and played a lot of Hogwarts Legacy too. I didn't film it just because it's my Sabbath, so I like to keep that as it is. But yeah, I'm gonna do that again this weekend probably. That's usually the thing that I look forward to on the weekends, is just having that time just to be with my family and friends and just take a little break and rest. But I hope that you are making progress on your fall TBR. I have a hard time knowing what I want to read, so like if I make a TBR beforehand, like for a specific month, I might get to it and be like I did with King of Scars, and be like, I'm not really in the mood for that, and then put it away. But I digress. Just pick books, read what you're feeling, don't force it if that's making it harder or making you not want to read. Just pick something else, and that's okay. It's not bad to like put a book down. So you can always come back and try to read it again later at a different time when you're in a different mood. Anyways, thank you for coming on this little fall reading diaries with me, and I'll see you in my next reading video. I'll have another video before then. All right, have a good day, guys.
Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale, the world inhales as we go.
Collecting small little trinkets